So, you know how sometimes there can be a storm, just a regular storm, maybe just a heavy downpour or, a big snowstorm. And then you can also imagine that if you didn't have to go outside and you were inside, warm, maybe with a nice blanket, or even if you have the luxury of being by a fire with a nice warm drink, you're feeling pretty safe and secure. You don't have to deal with the chaos that the weather is providing at that moment. But what happens then when there are those other circumstances where it's not the weather that's causing the storm in your life? It's actually a relationship. It could be a job, it could be a business dealing that you had, it could be something happening in the family. But what happens then when that storm comes into your life? Will being in a warm place with a warm drink by the fire help you when maybe you're very, very upset about what's just happened? If it didn't, obviously, if it was all positive, I probably wouldn't be here. So this video is about those downturns, those downtimes, those times when you take a hit. And what do you do with that? Well, first of all, you don't want to go back. You don't want to retaliate. You don't want to take, revenge, because it may look great in the movies, but in real life, it'll only get you into deeper trouble. So now, do you want trouble or do you want peace? If you want peace, you can't really reflect and dwell on what happened in that job. Maybe it was a position you didn't get in a relationship. Maybe a person doesn't no longer want to be with you. Again, whatever it is that's giving you this problem, again, like a storm, you don't have the retreat of being by a fire because it's all being now. Your home is inside of you and your safety is inside of you. So, how can I not deal with it, you may ask? Well, I would only put it to you this way. If you're in that place where you're still upset, maybe just let that understand that you want to take that energy somewhere. Ultimately, if your cup is filled with that darkness, that's all you're going to experience is that. Drink it up. But if you start to fill up your cup with another kind of nutrient, let's call it light, let's call it forgiveness, let's call it moving on and letting go, then you can see you're putting the good stuff back into your life. So, do we dwell on things? Yes, of course. Sometimes it's hard. Our egos get invested, etc. But egos are manageable. They're just really shadow aspects of ourselves that we cling to, but they're nothing, and they can be changed very easily because we can become something else, and our shadow would be something else. But again, I don't want us to get lost in the ego, but we don't live our lives without one. How much do we want to invest in it when it's not doing us any good? So if you're holding out any grievances or any that person upset me, you're pissed off, you're angry, drop it. Say, I forgive and release this situation. I forgive and release this person, this company, this business I had a bad deal with, this family member. Just say it out loud. I forgive and release it. Number two, use your mind to put in where you need to be, what you want, not what you don't want, what you want. I know I'm going to bore you guys with that, but it's the only thing that makes sense to me. It's what you want, not what you don't want. How many times do I have to say that? Even to myself, I have to understand that. So if we're not thinking about what we want and we're only thinking about what we didn't like and we didn't want to happen, we are not doing great. We are lost in a lack of progress, zero progress. So let's get out of those places. Let's forgive it, move on. You must probably have to use your words. I don't think you can mentally just do it. For those who can, good on you. But say, I forgive and release this situation. And claim what you want for your life. Do you want to be successful? Say it. I want to be successful. And then start to see what exactly that means to you. Maybe it's being creative every day. I don't feel successful if I don't do a video for YouTube. And again, I guess my brand, what I do is I coach. I love coaching. So hopefully you guys found this helpful today. Don't dwell too much on the bad stuff that already happened. It's not going to change, but you must change for the good future that's waiting for you. Release what you can't touch no more. Go in the direction of the future you want to touch. The good stuff is still out there for you. Don't get lost in the darkness of what happened in the past. Be good, everyone. Bye.